Hi, thanks for joining me today. This is Cindy Beach from Stamps, Paper, and Ink, and I have a project to share with you from the geometrical stamp set. Let's get stamping. To begin with, I'm going to do some random stamping on this white panel using the rule of thirds, which means that I want to fill this third of the card. That's a design principle, and it's an easy design to follow no matter what you're using. I'm going to stamp with daffodil ink. And I'm going to be stamping, as I said, focusing on this area of the card with the circle image from this set. And I'm going to stamp them fairly close together. And again, you're just doing this randomly. Something like that. Now this circle didn't come out completely, but that happens when we stamp sometimes, and it turns out I have one over here that is completed. Next, we're going to be piercing to add some interest, and I love piercing. It's an easy way to get just a little more definition on your card, add extra details. So I'm going to use the circle template that I have here and line them up and just begin to pierce around each of these circles with my piercing tool. I like to pierce both ways, but this time I'm piercing from top to bottom. And you can see that it is actually a perfect fit for our circles, which I just love. The template makes it so easy. I used to do it without a template. So it goes rather quickly, as you can see, and it adds that definition and definitely adds some texture to both sides. Okay, so next I have a completed piece that has all the piercing done for you already to see the magic of video. The next thing you're going to do is take baker's twine and you're going to crisscross it. And I prefer, instead of wrapping it all the way around the card, I prefer to just put a strip of adhesive at the top and the bottom. I have cut 2 pieces of the baker's twine and just crisscrossed them here. So that's pretty much the assembly of this part of the card. I'm going to add it to my card base, which is Daffodil Delight cardstock, and it's covered with a piece of the polka dotted print of the designer series paper stacks that come in colors. This one is from the Brights. Our colors are Daffodil Delight and Tangerine Tango. So I had dimensionals on the back of that, as you see. I really like, especially with the string again, I like the texture, the raised panel with the dimensionals behind it. But if you wanted to, you could just use snail and adhere it that way. Okay, well, this card is definitely missing the sentiment, and the flowers, which I think make it the cutest of all. And the sentiment is one of my favorites from the set. It's the Cheer Up Buttercup. Cheer Up Buttercup. I'm going to be stamping it in Tangerine Tango ink. And then I was going to cut it. I will run it through the die cut machine, my Big Shot, using that Chalk Talk Framelits die. And you want to make sure that you have your sentiment towards the top of the die cut, because we're going to decorate the bottom. So here's one that's all done. And I'm going to next put this on my card. You're going to notice that there might be a place, for instance, maybe you stamped and one of your circles didn't stamp cleanly, or maybe your circles are off balance somewhere. Where you put the sentiment is really up to you on this card, as long as it's in the middle third. Again, that's the rule of design we're using. And so I played around a little bit with where I like it in terms of how it complements the circles that are there. And I like it right about, right about there. And I'll tell you why. Because I have a circle here in this corner and a circle in that corner, and that seems to balance it to me a little bit. Okay, so next we're going to pull out our punches. We've adhered the sentiment. Now we get to decorate. That's my favorite part. You're going to need to cut one, sorry, I just punched the pole I'm using. You're going to need to punch one of these larger flowers using the Petite Petals punch. And that is going to be the buttercup that we're going to use to accent the card. Right there. Now you notice on my original card I had used a different pattern of paper, but I decided I really liked the polka dots this time to keep it in harmony with the rest of the card. So there is my polka dot flower. Next, with the glue dot, I'm adding the button. And the last thing I'm going to do with another glue dot is just adhere the little baker's twine bow that completes the look there in the middle. These are very simple elements in this card, but they pack a punch when you combine them together. So there we've accented our piece, and the last thing to do is use this small flower punch, and you need to punch out, you can count how many circles you're going to decorate. Mine were 10. And here's how I'm going to do that. I punched out my flowers, and once I find them, there they are. I decided that I want to place the flowers not in the center of each circle, but towards the edges. This gives it a playful look. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the glue dots. I do this two ways. One is to place the flowers first, see how it looks, get it the way I like it, and take a picture. But you are watching me today, so what I'm going to do is just start and put glue dots and vary where they go, so that they're not all, like this one's in the center, but basically what I'm doing is putting the flowers sort of cattywampus in each circle. And I'm gonna, again, be looking to balance them, the whole look. Why are those glue dots aren't going down too well? Let's try it this way. So let's put one there. And let's put one up. I think I want one right here. I didn't have any inspiration for this card except for the idea in my head to make a design using thirds. And I love the idea of the circles making the pattern. So hopefully you feel that your creativity has been sparked by this design. Again, here's the finished one. I really appreciate you coming to visit today. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't visited my blog, Stamps, Paper, and Ink, please do. You'll find lots more ideas and designs. And you'll also find information about purchasing any supplies to make this card so that you can make this design your own. Have a great day. Happy stamping.